Sometimes silence speaks louder than a breakup. You don't always get a dramatic ending, no big fight, no shouting match, no slammed doors. Sometimes it's just two people sitting next to each other, saying everything without saying anything. You're in the same room, breathing the same air, but somehow it feels like you're on opposite sides of the world. That's not love on pause. It's love slowly packing its bags, pretending it still lives here, folding shirts neatly before it disappears for good. What makes it worse is that nobody talks about this part. People talk about breakups when they're loud, when they're messy, when it's obvious. But this is the kind of ending that happens in small moments, in slow shifts, in feelings you can't fully explain to anyone else. You can sit next to her on the couch, shoulder to shoulder, and still feel like you're intruding on her space. You'll catch yourself wondering if you're imagining it. But deep down, you already know. You already feel the difference in how she looks at you or doesn't. The way she used to touch you just walking by, playful, affectionate. That's gone. Now it's careful, distant. Like she's slowly forgetting the language of closeness. And the thing that messes with your head the most is that she'll still smile. She'll still laugh at your jokes sometimes. She'll still play the part. But you'll notice that her eyes don't light up like they used to. That quiet magic between you two? It's dim now, flickering, like a candle running out of wax. And the worst part isn't even the silence itself. It's knowing that she feels further away, but you're still right here. Most people don't see it until it's too late. Most people don't want to. It never starts with something obvious. It's not like one day she wakes up and says, "I'm done." No, it's slower than that. It's quiet. It's careful. It's emotional distance, dressed up like normal life. You won't catch it right away because the routines stay the same at first. She'll still text you good morning. She'll still sit next to you during dinner. But little by little, the energy changes. The effort fades, but the motions remain. And that's the trap, because you'll mistake routine for connection. But routine without feeling is just muscle memory, and love doesn't survive on muscle memory alone. You'll notice it when the things that used to bring her joy stop including you. The small victories, the everyday moments. She used to run to you first. "Babe, guess what?" Now, you see it online before you hear it from her. She's already told everyone else, shared it with strangers on the internet, but somehow forgot to tell you. That's not forgetfulness. That's emotional shifting. Your pride in her doesn't fuel her anymore because you're not the center of her world like you used to be. It doesn't mean she's cheating. It means she's emotionally somewhere else, building a new sense of self that doesn't include you at the foundation. Then comes the silence in arguments. Used to be, if something bothered her, she spoke up. Even if it turned into a fight, at least you knew she cared enough to want things better. Now she just shrugs it off. Silent, checked out, cold. And that's when you know. It's not peace you're feeling, it's distance. Silence. Can feel calm, but in moments like that, it's suffocating. You're fighting to hold on, but she's already let go, and she didn't even have to say a word. It's wild how words can change meaning depending on who's saying them and why. What used to be compliments slowly turn into quiet criticisms, dressed up like advice. At first, it might sound harmless. Other guys do this, or a real man would handle it like that. But those words don't come from a place of love or growth anymore. They're coming from frustration. She's not saying out loud. She's not guiding you. She's comparing you. And not even to a specific person sometimes, but to some idea of a man she's building in her mind. Someone who isn't you. It's not about helping you become better. It's about convincing herself that you're no longer enough. That's when love starts turning into performance. Affection stops feeling like connection and starts feeling like obligation. You can tell by how she hugs you. You can tell by the hesitation in her kisses. You go to touch her, and there's this tiny pause, not full of fear, but full of resistance. Like her body's there, but her mind is somewhere else entirely. And the worst part? You start doubting yourself. You start wondering if maybe you're just imagining it. Maybe you're overthinking. But deep down, you know, affection should never feel like a transaction. Love isn't supposed to feel like a scheduled event or a polite favor. Then comes the shift you don't expect. Your peace starts irritating her. Your calm energy used to make her feel safe. Now it just makes her feel exposed. You're steady, but she's not. And instead of grounding her, your peace reminds her of how unsettled she feels inside. That's when she starts making you the villain, just for being balanced. It's not fair, but it's real. And when someone starts resenting your calm, that's when you know something deeper is broken. There's a strange kind of heartbreak that happens when someone praises you to everyone else but treats you like a stranger in private. At first, it almost feels like love. She's telling her friends how great you are. She's posting about how lucky she is to have you. To the outside world, it looks perfect. But behind closed doors, there's a different story. The warmth is gone. The softness is gone. Conversations feel like chores. Affection feels like an act. And you start wondering if you're crazy for noticing the shift. But you're not. What you're seeing is emotional image control, keeping things looking good on the outside so no one asks too many questions. It's not flattery anymore. It's delay. It's her way of making herself feel better about the growing distance she's not ready to talk about. That's how people fall apart without anyone noticing. The relationship becomes two separate versions, one that lives online and one that suffers in silence. You get praised at the dinner table with family, but at home you're treated like an inconvenience. You hear, "I'm lucky to have him," but you don't feel it anymore. It's like being famous for a role you don't even get to play anymore, and then comes the part that's hardest to admit. She forgets how to be soft with you. Not because she's angry, not because you messed up, but because something inside her already checked out. The way her voice used to soften when she spoke to you. It's sharper now. Her eyes used to light up when you walked in the room. Now they look through you like you're furniture. And it's not one big argument that caused it. It's just that she stopped seeing you as home. And that's the heartbreak no one talks about. No one tells you how exhausting it is to love someone who's already halfway out the door. You keep trying to fix things, thinking if you just love harder, stay calmer, be better, they'll come back. But the truth is, you can't build a home with someone who's already mentally moved out. It's not always about catching them in some act of betrayal. It's not always about catching a lie or uncovering a secret. Most of the time, it's quieter than that. The real question isn't, is she cheating? It's, is she still here? And more often than not, the answer hurts before it's even spoken out loud. You start reaching for them emotionally like someone trying to catch something that's already fallen. The harder you try to bring them back, the more of yourself you lose. You become someone who's begging for the version of them that existed months ago, maybe even years ago. And that's what breaks you. Not them leaving, but you chasing what's no longer there, pretending if you just hang on long enough, they'll remember how it used to feel. But here's the truth most people don't want to admit. Sometimes love doesn't break, it fades. And when it fades, it's not loud, it's not violent, it's empty. And you deserve more than someone keeping you around out of habit or guilt. You deserve someone who chooses you fully, not someone who's emotionally replaced you while still wearing the title of girlfriend, wife, or partner. The hardest part isn't letting them go. It's choosing yourself when you've spent so long choosing them. Don't stay where you're only loved in memory. Don't break yourself into pieces, trying to fit into someone else's distance. Sometimes peace isn't found in holding on. It's found in finally letting go.